Hey y'all, we are back with day 49. I'm so excited about today's Psalms. They're quick, they're easy, so this should be a fun one to go through. Not that they aren't all fun, but this one is just a little bit lighter than what we have been seeing. So before we get started, you know what to do. Please share this video, like it, click that subscribe button if you don't yet get notifications every time I post a video. And of course, please comment. I want to hear from you. I want your own thoughts. I want your own revelations on these Psalms. Let's get started. Alright, so today we have Psalms 92 and 93. I'll start with 92 and I am reading from the NASB. It is good to give thanks to the Lord and to sing praises to your name, O Most High, to declare your loving kindness in the morning and your faithfulness by night, with a 10-string lute and with the harp, with resounding music upon the lyre. For you, O Lord, have made me glad by what you have done. I will sing for joy at the works of your hands. How great are your works, O Lord! Your thoughts are very deep. A senseless man has no knowledge, nor does a stupid man understand this, that when the wicked sprouted up like grass, and all who did iniquity flourished, it was only that they might be destroyed forevermore. But you, O Lord, are on high forever. For behold your enemies, Lord, for behold your enemies will perish. All who do iniquity will be scattered. But you have exalted my horn like that of the wild ox. I have been anointed with fresh oil, and my eye has looked exultantly upon my foes. My ears hear of the evildoers who rise up against me. The righteous man will flourish like the palm tree. He will grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the house of the Lord, they will flourish in the courts of our God. They will still yield fruit in old age. They shall be full of sap and very green, to declare that the Lord is upright. He is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him. This is a psalm of praise, and it was titled as a song on the Sabbath. So we know that this psalm was created to be recited, meditated upon on the day of rest. We also see here that, it mentions the lyre and the harp. So we can assume that there was some sort of communal worship, that perhaps it was like a full ensemble that maybe people did get together and just worship God in that place. So throughout this psalm, of course, we have praises of God, but we also get this section about the wicked and the unrighteous. So this, when they talk about the wicked and unrighteous here, it's against the backdrop of God's sovereignty. So what this is saying is, even though the wicked prosper now, what they have is only temporary, and God is still above them. God is still in control of them. And we see this kind of this mirror to Psalm 90 that we talked about yesterday, that they will sprout up like grass. That their time is short, their prospering won't last long. So again, like I said, these are kind of short. For my revelation, I want to go to verses 12 through 14, and it uses the metaphor of trees. It says, the righteous are like the palm and the cedar of Lebanon. Now, throughout the Psalms, we see repeatedly the picture of the trees. Even throughout the Bible, we have this metaphor, especially of the cedars of Lebanon. So what does this mean to us? It's not just like imagery and we're supposed to leave it there. It has meaning to it. So if we think of a palm tree, they're very beautiful. For a lot of us Americans, it reminds us of warm weather, of lying by the beach. But at the same time, palm trees are very sturdy. sometimes you'll see them bent over. You'll kind of see them misshapen, yet they are still holding strong. They're still able to support the weight of the trunk and the top of the tree. If it has fruit on top, it's still able to bear up that weight. So it's strong, it's sturdy, and again, it lasts throughout the colder seasons. It still bears fruit as it gets older and older and older. And then we have the cedar. And this also is a very sturdy tree. It's a little bit different. It's more like, so the cedars we have here kind of look like evergreens, but the cedars of Lebanon, they did have a kind of a bare trunk, and then the greenery was at the top. But they typically grow on the mountainside in rocky areas, so obviously they were very strong. They had this majestic look to them, and again, they remained green. They continued to bear cones as they grew older and older. So we have both stunning trees, both kind of awe-inspiring trees, but these trees at the core were strong. They were sturdy. They're able to withstand weather. They're able to continually produce fruit until they die as a tree. So, what we have here is that the righteous will be strong. The righteous will bear fruit, will be productive until they are no more. And so that is the metaphor I want to leave you with, that we are like trees if we stay connected to God. The condition is that our roots must remain connected to the life source. So God must be our life source in everything we do. We must look to God. We have to reach out to God. We have to stretch to God. And then we can stand firm as the trees do here. All right? So let's transition to Psalm 93. I'm going to read from the Amplified version. The Lord reigns. He is clothed with majesty and splendor. The Lord has clothed and encircled himself with strength. The world is firmly established. It cannot be moved. Your throne is established from of old. You are from everlasting. The floods have lifted up, O Lord. The floods have lifted up their voice. The floods lift up their pounding waves. More than the sounds of many waters, more than the mighty breakers of the sea, the Lord on high is mighty. Your precepts are fully confirmed and completely reliable. Holiness adorns your house, O Lord, forever. This is another psalm of praise. Like the previous one, it is anonymous. We don't know who wrote this. Some people say that this psalm was written for some sort of a festival. We don't know. What this psalm does is affirm God as sovereign, but also affirms God as creator, of ruler over all. And so we have here kind of some poetic tools. I guess you'll say, I'm trying to think of the word, but it's not coming to my mind. But we have this repetitiveness of the words here, and what it does is it kind of builds it up. It kind of amps your emotions up, and it intensifies each line. And so I want to take an example here from my revelation, which is the water that they use. So in this psalm, the water, in some translations you'll see the seas, but the flood means destruction, distress, and chaos. And we know that water and flooding is one of the most destructive forces on earth. So when we look at this, we see that it's kind of the most destructive thing you're facing. It's the thing that can take out life. It's the thing that you can drown in, that you can suffocate, and that can bring death. But also during this time, during biblical times, a lot of other cultures looked to the sea as the dwelling place of their gods. So even here, it had a little bit more of a deeper meaning than it does even for us now. So in verses 3 through 4, we have the progression of the water becoming more and more destructive. It's like a storm swell. But the revelation here is that God is mightier than any storm that may come our way. He created the sea, thus he is over the sea. And so, we have to remember that God is everlasting, right? The storm comes up, The storm is and the storm goes. It is only temporary. Yet God is there and he remains the same both before, during, and after. So we look to him when the waters seem to be rising, when it looks as if we are going to drown, as if we are going to lose this. God is right there, mightier than whatever we're going through, and we will see the salvation of God. All right, I hope that these Psalms place some joy in your heart, place a praise on your lips today, and we're going to come back here tomorrow and do the same thing again. So I will see you all on tomorrow. Bye.